Good Wednesday morning. I'm meteorologist Jacob Wycoff, joined by Terry Eliasen. I said right before this, it's Wednesday morning. And the brain is melting from the heat. That's all I need.
I mean, it's still hot. That's the bottom line. Yes. How many times have I just saw that hot open, the open to this segment? Like, I feel like we've used that so many times in the last couple of weeks.
Quite a few times.
Kind of getting a little old, although it is July, and this is what we're supposed to get. For the most part.
For the most part.
I mean, yesterday, 99 is a little extreme.
Yeah, second hottest day that we've had all year.
Yep.
And usually, 99 is like the top of the summer.
You would think
we had that 102 about a month ago.
Yeah, so I think I've been saying, like, it's not necessarily unusual that we've had 15, 90-degree days. I mean, we're trending above average, but the unusual part is how warm the 90-degree days have been. We've had so many, and we'll show you in a minute, so many days, like mid and upper 90s, and again, that 100-degree day, like, that is pretty unusual.
Maybe that's the graphic that we need to make for noon, is 95, make that the threshold. And
right,
above.
And above, and see how many.
See that.
All right, well, we got about 29 minutes to make that happen. Well, let's take a look at the highs from yesterday. You can see we did hit 99 in Boston. I mean, if we're going to get 99, I kind of sort of wish we got 100.
Yeah. We were near there.
Very close.
Me and you and Eric, we were all looking at the 5-minute observations, and we just couldn't make that.
Just couldn't do it. But there were several hundreds around. So on this map, obviously Manchester, New Hampshire, but just in the suburbs, there are a bunch of folks that did get 100.
I think equally impressive, P-Town, 94, 92 in Hyannis. It's really difficult to get that sort of heat into the mid and outer Cape like that.
Yeah, think about they're surrounded literally by water. And the water's at almost at its warmest point. It's well into the 70s down there. But any sort of wind on any direction is coming from water that's in the 70s. So like you almost need really no wind. A perfect situation for anywhere in the Cape to get that hot. I wonder, I'll have to check about that. 94. I know they don't have a long record keeping, but I bet you that's got to be a record for the month, maybe for, I don't know. That P-Town 94 definitely stands out. And there we were talking about, we've already had those 2 days, 99 and 102, but look at all those 94s and 95s.
Yeah.
And again, this goes back to, I guess, late June. So just over the past 30, 35 days, we've had all of these string of very, very hot days.
Yeah, it's been an incredible stretch, and it's not just been the heat, it's also been the humidity that has just been absolutely persistent. And so our next weather alert continues for the day today. Feels like temperatures in the mid to upper 90s to the low 100s. It is the heat wave in some towns. Boston, not for you, because we actually had a bit of a sea breeze on Monday. The heat advisory is posted through 8 p.m. this evening.
Yeah, and Boston's sea breezing currently, so I'm a little unsure about today as well, about the right along the coastline. It's not a strong, it's a very feeble sea breeze, so at any moment, all you need to do is that sea breeze to die off for any given amount of time, and the winds rush in, and all of a sudden you're in the 90s. But Boston's right on the edge today. But regardless, if you're in most of this area, it's going to be very hot today, and a lot of those folks will be seeing an official heat wave.
Absolutely, and some of the most intense heat was yesterday for pretty much everyone. The intense heat continues for the shoreline of Connecticut, where they also have some pretty poor air quality. You see some of those red dots right along the shoreline there, through Fairfield County, through parts of the coast of Connecticut.
Yeah, a lot of that has to do with, obviously, you get hot and humid weather like this and southwest winds down there, which is coming basically right from New York City. So all that pollution just wafts up and basically goes nowhere in southern Connecticut. But even up here, we don't see too many days in the yellow. We were in the yellow yesterday. That means moderately unhealthy air quality. So just something to keep in mind if you are one that sort of suffers from that. But you see, look at this, Boston, only 82.
Yeah.
It's definitely cooler today. I say cooler, I mean, it's pretty darn hot out, but it's definitely cooler today at this point than it was yesterday. We were already in the upper 80s and low 90s by this time yesterday. So just a little bit of a hint that we're not going to be as hot this afternoon either.
Absolutely, yeah. And notice Plymouth right along the coast in the upper 80s. So it really depends on where that wind is coming from.
Yeah.
High temperatures today. We're still forecasting temperatures in the 90s. Boston is the question mark. We'll see where these are observed highs today.
No, these are forecast highs today.
These are forecast
highs.
Yeah,
the forecast for Boston, it's 86 right now. I looked at some of the models before we came in. A lot of the high-res models, they kind of keep that sea breeze going all day long. So I don't know. At noon, if we look at something at noon, again, it's a difference of a puff of wind in one direction or the other, whether Boston actually gets 90 plus or not. But as you can see, you go a couple miles in, and it's 90 to 95 pretty much everywhere.
93 in Bedford, 93 in Worcester, 95 in Nashua. Everyone basking in the heat.
Everybody gets there.
So we're likely going to fall short of the record, which we did set a record yesterday, 99.
Correct.
Pretty incredible. We're going to fall short of that. But to Terry's point, you know, one puff of wind, one way versus the other, we could easily be in the 90s, but I do think it's pretty safe that we fall short of that in Boston today.
Yeah, and both Boston and Providence both hit records yesterday. Providence, I don't see them getting to 97 today, but a few degrees shy, as you said. You know, close enough. And we are at 15 90-degree days so far this year, which is already, we've mentioned this several times over the last few weeks. We've already surpassed the last couple of years, and we're only in late July, so plenty of time left to go.
Yeah, plenty of time. We average 4 90-degree days in August, 2 in September, so you just do the quick math. That's over 20.
Yep.
That is a pretty impressive year. We are on heat wave watch for places Metro West and beyond. Most places will have their third, maybe fourth. I think there are some places that could have their fourth. We're forecasting mid-90s for Bedford, some Metro West towns. But as we have talked about, no heat wave for Boston because of that sea breeze.
Yeah, so Bedford, Lawrence, Nashua, anywhere basically Mass Pike northward and just off the coast, anywhere in Merrimack Valley, all those places are getting their third day, at least their third day, and so yet another heat wave. The interesting thing about today is that dew points are not quite as high.
Right.
Now these are, by any measure, a normal day, if you saw these were the dew points, you'd say, oh, it's a humid day. It's not oppressively humid. I mean, I guess if you go down to Nantucket, it is. But dew points a little right. Dew points a little bit lower today than the last couple of days, so maybe it'll help you if you're out today feel a little bit less oppressive.
Sure.
Even though the temperatures, of course, will be well into the 90s. But the dew points actually are trending downward, and you'll see over the next several days, it's going to be kind of nice here.
Especially the weekend. I mean, not to fast forward to Saturday and Sunday, but when you have a lot of sunshine and low humidity values like we're going to have, that really sets us up for a couple days of almost perfection, if not perfection.
Yeah, and we've had very few like really dry stretches. Eric and I crunched the numbers yesterday, and I believe this July is trending in it will be a top 10 most humid July on record.
Okay.
Right around 9th or 10th on the list, and we've been there the last couple of years. We've had 2 or 3 very humid years, humid summers in a row. So kind of nice to get a little bit of a stretch like this, especially when there's a weekend coming.
Absolutely. So Thursday is when we break that heat wave for most towns Metro West. Temperatures will be on the cool side compared to average. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Here's why. As we go on Futurecast, a slight chance for a shower this evening. I think most of us are dry. Tomorrow, that won't be the case, as we do expect the clouds to start to build, and then the later into the afternoon and evening we go, we will see a pretty hefty swath of precipitation falling. Now, this is suggesting that sort of 84 corridor from Fairfield County, Connecticut, all the way up into Worcester County, sort of cutting across Connecticut into southern Massachusetts, southern Worcester County, I should say, is expected to get a good, healthy...
I'm going to roll that again just so we can see that time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think the idea is north and west, like you were saying, in the afternoon, and then sort of creeping farther south of Boston, like later in the day tomorrow. But yeah, that looks pretty hefty. I mean, this is one particular model, but you know, that's like a pretty hefty rainfall. Could be some localized flooding if that were to occur right there.
Absolutely, yeah. So I would say the first half of Thursday, pretty dry, and then things start to go downhill. And we'll hold on to some showers right on into Friday morning. Friday's going to be a cool day.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think a lot of towns could be stuck in the 60s. Now, if we get a little bit of sunshine in the afternoon, that would spike us a little bit. But if you've got plans on Friday, a lot of folks have 3-day weekends, going golfing or whatever. Definitely a murky morning. And if you're south of Boston, maybe a wet morning. But I would say anything late morning, midday through the afternoon, it'll be dry. But like you said, much cooler in the 60s and 70s.
So this map... let me take a sec to explain it. This is from the Weather Prediction Center. They issue these sort of excessive rainfall outlooks. And so what they look for is how wet or dry the current soil is. They look at how wet the atmosphere is, how much precipitable water is in the atmosphere. And then they say, like, all right, what areas could see that extreme rainfall? And there is a slight risk that parts of southern New England get some excessive rainfall that could cause issues, be it flooding on roadways or streams, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's interesting that now we just showed the Futurecast map, and it showed a lot of that heavy rain a little bit farther north than what the yellow area is depicting here. And this is sort of an interesting thing. The models have been a little wishy-washy back and forth this week on where that axis of heaviest rain is going to set up. Is it going to be like Boston North? Is it going to be Boston South? I think what the Weather Prediction Center is thinking is the best chance is sort of south. But not all models agree, so it's something we're going to have to hone in on in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, and really, I think what the takeaway is there will be an axis of heavy rain, and we're still kind of working out exactly the areas that are going to be impacted.
Exactly. I will say, though, as long as it doesn't cause any serious issues or flooding, an inch or two of rain wouldn't be terrible right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know my lawn could use it, and
mine's crunchy.
Yeah, it's been a relatively dry stretch. We are below average right now for the month of July. So
yeah, so over the next 48 hours, obviously today is mainly dry. It's really tomorrow into Friday that we would expect to see that rain, heavy at times. This is suggesting sort of a widespread 1 to perhaps 2 inches of rain. The heaviest totals would be in like the purple or the red color, and that would be through the Connecticut River Valley, through parts of Rhode Island. But like you said, 1 to 2 inches of rain, as long as it doesn't cause issues, I think that's
especially on a Thursday night. I mean, again, if it were coming Saturday, we might not be. You might not be as welcome. Yeah. But again, it's this time of year, and we've been dry. We could use a little refresh as far as the water goes.
But after we get done with the rain, we're talking perfection. We'll talk, but. Top 10 weather day? Can we call it right now?
Would say, yeah. I mean, heck, a Saturday in July. Actually, is Saturday still July? No, it's August.
No, August 1st. No, August 2nd.
August 2nd, yeah.
August 2nd.
Tough to top that on August 2nd. And again, for lots going on, as we'll have in a second, the Red Sox, the PMC.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff going on this weekend outside here in New England, and can't get much better. I can't imagine a much better forecast.
Yeah, so Friday, I mean, you might need a light jacket if you're heading out to the Sox. I hate saying it that way, but like upper 60s with a bit of a northeast breeze, like it might be a bit
and
cool.
The dew point is pretty low, so
exactly.
Cooling. I mean, if the clouds can clear out Friday night, it might cool off pretty quickly. So by the end of the game, you could be low 60s even.
Yeah.
Very strange for an August 1st baseball game, but nonetheless,
great.
Yeah. Hard to beat that. And again, PMC, you said yesterday you're going to be bulking up. So next year, your promise. I think you made a promise that you're going to do this next year.
I think I said with you. I think I said with you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We'll check back on that.
Yeah. I'm already carbo loading, so don't worry. Temperatures for the pan mass. Obviously, this is a long race, so it depends on where they are and at the time, but generally in the 70s with a lot of sunshine and importantly low humidity value. So as the riders do sweat, it's going to be able to evaporate pretty quickly, and then as they finish up on Sunday for the Mid and Outer Cape, they're looking good. I'm actually going to be in Yarmouth on Saturday and Sunday. And I look forward to seeing
That's awesome.
Yeah,
what a great weekend to be down there.
Yeah, it'll be good to see people.
And the 83 degrees is more of a high for the day. I don't think it'll be 83 out in the Outer Cape for sure. It'll be much less than that. But I mean, again, a nice sort of wind off the water. Just a really spectacular weekend for whatever you're doing. And I should have taken this. We did this yesterday. This is the Debbie Downer. The last 8 p.m. sunset of the year is this Sunday. Yeah. Let's just skip by that.
Yeah, just
okay, never mind. Yeah. Next 7 days.
All right, so as we go into today, temperatures will be in the mid to low 90s, Metro West and inland, right along the coastline, sort of mid to upper 80s. So we'll be watching that sea breeze very closely to see if Boston does hit the 90-degree mark. But nonetheless, Thursday into Friday, we are expecting some heavy rain to move in, 1 to 2 inches. The Pan Mass Challenge looks great for Saturday and Sunday. And then we stay sort of seasonable to seasonably kind of warm Monday and Tuesday. But I don't see a ton of warmth on the extended forecast. So like, by no means is summer done, but at least the like hot temperatures for the next week.
I think we're getting a break.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of a break.
Yeah, there's more sort of troughiness, if you will, in the jet stream in the east and more ridginess in the west, which basically means the pattern is shifting a little bit, and at least for a week or two perhaps. Again, we're not going to be cold by any means, but we'll be a little bit cooler, and the chances of 90s are a little bit less for a while. Doesn't mean we couldn't get back there in mid to late August.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you tuning in. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe, even if you don't like the forecast, as we say. Yeah. Everyone, be safe, be cool this afternoon.